Hello again. I'm Simon Taylor and I'm going to read my second excerpt from Wordsworth's pastoral poem, Michael. Well, many years of happy shepherding have passed for Michael and Luke, father and son. But also for many years, Michael has been bound in surety for his brother's son, who now experiences unforeseen misfortunes, which means that Michael has to discharge the forfeiture, and this will amount to little less than half his substance. As a result, they decide that Luke should go away and work for another relative who has a prosperous trade, and so repair their loss and then return home again. Michael and Luke have been planning to build a new sheepfold in a little dell, and it is at this point that my second excerpt picks up. At this the old man paused, then pointing to the stones near which they stood, thus after a short silence, he resumed. This was a work for us, and now, my son, it is a work for me. But lay one stone, here, lay it for me, Luke, with thine own hands. Nay, boy, be of good hope. We both may live to see a better day. At 84, I still am strong and hale. Do thou thy part, I will do mine. I will begin again with many tasks that were resigned to thee. Up to the heights and in among the storms will I without thee go again, and do all works which I was wont to do alone, before I knew thy face. Heaven bless thee, boy. Thy heart these 2 weeks has been beating fast with many hopes. It should be so. Yes, I knew that thou couldst never have a wish to leave me, Luke. Thou hast been bound to me only by links of love. When thou art gone, what will be left to us? But I forget me purposes. Lay now the cornerstone, as I requested. And hereafter, Luke, when thou art gone away, should evil men be thy companions, think of me, my son, and of this moment. Hither turn thy thoughts, and God will strengthen thee. Amid all fear and all temptation, Luke, I pray that thou mayest bear in mind the life thy fathers lived, who being innocent did for that cause bestir them in good deeds. Now, fare thee well. When thou returnest, thou in this place wilt see a work which is not here. A covenant 'twill be between us. But whatever fate befall thee, I shall love thee to the last, and bear thy memory with me to the grave. The shepherd ended here, and Luke stooped down and, as his father had requested, laid the first stone of the sheepfold. At the sight the old man's grief broke from him. To his heart he pressed his son. He kissed him and wept. And to the house together they returned. Hushed was that house in peace, or seeming peace, ere the night fell. With morrow's dawn, the boy began his journey, and when he had reached the public way, he put on a bold face, and all the neighbours as he passed their doors came forth with wishes and with farewell prayers, that followed him till he was out of sight. A good report did from their kinsman come, of Luke and his well-doing, and the boy wrote loving letters full of wondrous news, which, as the housewife phrased it, were throughout the prettiest letters that were ever seen. Both parents read them with rejoicing hearts. So many months passed on, and once again the shepherd went about his daily work with confident and cheerful thoughts. And now sometimes, when he could find a leisure hour, he to that valley took his way, and there wrought at the sheepfold. Meantime, Luke began to slacken in his duty. and at length he in the dissolute city gave himself to evil courses. Ignominy and shame fell on him, so that he was driven at last to seek a hiding place beyond the seas. There is comfort in the strength of love. 'Twill make a thing endurable, which else would overset the brain or break the heart. I have conversed with more than one who well remember the old man, and what he was years after he had heard this heavy news. His bodily frame had been from youth to age of an unusual strength. Among the rocks he went, and still looked up to sun and cloud, and listened to the wind, and as before performed all kinds of labour for his sheep, and for the land, his small inheritance. And to that hollow dell from time to time did he repair, to build the fold of which his flock had need. 'Tis not forgotten yet, the pity which was then in every heart for the old man, and 'tis believed by all that many and many a day he thither went, and never lifted up a single stone.